Hello. That was really quiet.
What was?
There's no audio playing. But I think we're live.
Maybe.
There we are.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently there's 4 people here waiting for us.
Thank you, people. Go way down.
Hey, you're early. Yes, we're starting at 4 today. I don't know. Oh, wait. It is early. I had this scheduled for 4:15.
Yes. Look at us. We're really early. I didn't know that, so I just thought we were all
that should prove that I have no idea what I'm doing. Haven't picked a time yet.
Look at you guys. You were still here, so there we go.
I forgot. I was like, I should go 4 because I was originally going to schedule it at 4, but then I remembered we do the members live stream, so I was like, oh, we can go 4:15 to 6:45 or 5:45.
Too much.
Do an hour and a half, get a 15-minute break, and then do the member stream after. And I like the way that sounds, so maybe we'll try that next week because I failed this week. But anyways, we're here to talk about fish.
Are we?
I think so.
Maybe.
And if you got fish questions, we got fish answers.
Zach Kittle, related to George? I hope so. Here's hoping.
Arlo, go lay down.
I know he's really already...
Go lay down.
Go lay down. Go. Go. No, I have to be mean. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that.
So anyways.
No sound on my end. Well, maybe that's just your end, Leo. No, I'm just kidding.
Audio, video, good.
Buddy, go lay down. It's whatever. I don't care.
Anything new in the fish room we can talk about while we're waiting for people to roll in?
Go lay down. That's the meanest voice I can have. Right there. He took me seriously. Okay. Anything new? Anything new? Not really new. Just fry growing out, which to me is exciting because they always act different, look different, are different sizes. So that's like a new fish every day, basically. Other than that, I don't know. Am I missing something? I don't think so.
Zach says, I wish.
Right? Doesn't everyone? I mean, geez.
The only exciting player left in football.
Yeah, he's...
But we're not here to talk about football.
Anyways, yeah, don't start down that road. Don't go down that road. Oh, you messed up. How did he already mess up your day? That was quick.
I have no idea.
It was like under 3 minutes and he's messed up your day.
I have that effect on people.
Okay.
Also, check out the website right up there. Sign up for the newsletter. Can't stress that enough. We've been having a lot of fun making the newsletter.
Yeah,
and
nice.
So far it's been pretty generic. But we're going to start including some fish room updates in them and some more personalized updates in the newsletter. So that'll be fun. We're still trying to find our groove. We've only done it like 5 times now, I think, 5 weeks now.
I hope it's helpful. I mean, I always think that knowing about certain deals or certain fish, I like to find things out. So hopefully it can be somewhat of a resource for you guys.
Bougie Fish says use y'all's discount to get some Koaku lame rice fish from the wet spot. It's lame.
The opposite of
they're not lame, mind you, but
cool. Yeah.
they are already freaking awesome. I saw those and I was like,
pretty. Yeah, they're really nice.
Because I don't think there's a picture of them on their website.
If you don't know what a lame rice fish is, you should look it up because they're pretty spectacular looking. And I think we're just starting to see more of the lames. Different types of lames present in the U.S. So
I gotta be right back.
Why? What's wrong?
I think he's eating one of our houseplants.
Fantastic. Never a dull moment over here. Oh, thanks, Candy. Thanks. I think it's nice because it's not too long. Like I know if I got some 12-page newsletter with way too much crap going on, I probably wouldn't pay any attention. So I think we try and keep it pretty short and sweet. Hopefully. Y'all were in the flyer. Where were you? Oh, are you talking about for Fishtoberfest? I believe. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I don't know if we've gone over it a couple times, but in case you missed it, we could not go because our dog sitter fell through. So you can't leave them alone for days on end. Doesn't work out like that.
Yep.
It was unfortunate.
The fish and reptile can easily go a weekend.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about them at all. All of them really. But the dogs can't be alone, obviously. That's the dumbest thing ever. Of course they can't. So yeah, and it's not really feasible. Like if we had like smaller dogs or dog, we could have brought them, but you can't bring 3 big dogs on a trip. It's not a good idea. I know. I used my mean voice, and now he's eating. Well, I think it was the
Different
other one.
dog.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who it was eating things that he shouldn't be eating. But
A Monstera species Peru
Jesus, no.
apparently
Is he
was on the
trying to-
menu. Yeah.
Is he so-
And I think he was actually eating the dirt.
That makes a lot more sense. He
Not
does
the
like
actual
he
plant.
does like to eat dirt. I can confirm. Like he does.
He's a weirdo.
I'll walk out there sometimes and see him when he's outside, and he's just mowing down on the ground. What is that? The earth tastes good to him. So, oh well, thank you. We were bummed that we couldn't do it. We were excited to do it. It was really, really unfortunate. It was very last minute. We didn't know until like a week. I mean, it was right before. It sucked, but it is what it is. I hate
A
when
week?
people
It was
say
like a
that.
month
I thought it was like 2 weeks, maybe.
that we had. No, they had well over a month.
What do you? Oh no! I mean like, oh, I guess when we found out that we couldn't. Yeah, I guess it was that.
Yeah,
long,
we gave
wasn't it?
them almost 2 months advance notice, actually.
Well, see, the thing is I don't even think it mattered because you told them in advance that it might be an issue. Like it was already on the radar. I don't even care when it happened. It doesn't even matter. They knew that it could happen, and that's a no go if that's the case. So.
Lucas says, big plans for my fish room. Now I just have to turn the plans into action. The hardest part is getting started. That is true.
A lot of times for me, the hardest part is spending $9 billion on new things that I need if I really am trying to I used to do that a lot, going, okay, how much is this going to cost me to redo this? But it's worth it usually.
Steenfott Aquatics, a fish questioned debating if pulling a male and female L134 and putting them in a 20 long to try and get them to breed or doing another breeding project. What y'all think? Why not both?
Might as well.
I mean, I don't know what they're in now, but getting them in their own tank is probably the best option if you're trying to breed them.
God, a fly.
Fish nerms. I haven't heard that one in a while, Michael.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a real Pleco expert, so I don't really comment on that kind of stuff. The only Plecos that I ever kept in a breeding capacity was a trio of super red bristlenose. That was it. And I bought them that way. So.
Which I am looking to get back into some super reds. And last I checked, Dan had some that hopefully I'll be able to get. And hopefully he'll still have them in stock by the time I'm ready to pull the trigger.
Really, the only reason I bought my trio was because my local fish store was like, you should get these. We'll give them to you for nothing. And they gave them to me for like nothing. So I can't handle the amount of poop, man. Like, it's just too much poop for me personally. That's why my one thing with Plecos, I'm like, you just poop too much. It's ridiculous. What can I put with them?
Well, if you're trying to
Snails.
breed them, nothing. I wouldn't even put snails in there because they'll get in and eat the
they'll
eggs.
eat the eggs too. But I mean, like, yeah, I don't. Sometimes we can't really avoid snails there everywhere. But they're testing the patience of everybody right now. Have some long fins, super reds. I'm growing up right now. Nice.
I have 40 super reds, about 2 inches. Nice.
You can send about 10 of those over here if you want.
I do have a long fin green dragon that I forgot about.
Pretty. Yeah.
That is huge.
Huge. Freaking huge.
And I'm thinking it's a female because the bristles are very short. They're there, but they're nothing like that huge bunch that a male gets.
I continuously forget about that one, and then today it was out like right in the middle, and I was like, oh, there you are. You're huge. She really is quite large. Really pretty.
I have a blue phantom pleco. He's beautiful when he comes out.
Yeah, I had a blue phantom, and I was mad because it didn't really... I paid a lot for it, and it didn't really do that much. But they were super pretty. I love the blue phantoms.
I love the greens.
Yeah, I like the green. I almost got a green. It was between the two, and the blue one just... I think it was a little smaller, honestly, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll have it a little bit longer, but...
The thing I like about the greens is they don't lose as much color when they're
no,
older.
they don't. That's true.
Where the blues kind of
turn
fade.
black or like dark gray. Yeah.
My dream pleco is a gold nugget. Funny thing, we
Very
stopped
funny.
by Petco the other day, and they had L018 gold nugget plecos for $34.99.
$34.99. We were like, what? She's
And they were
"Look."
they were like 3 inches
They were
too.
nice. Like, they looked lovely. I mean, this is just our Petco, though. I do have to, every time we talk about this, our Petco is exceptional. Like, the person in charge of the fish and reptiles, they're doing a bang-up job, like, to say the least. So, she really does a nice job keeping the fish. She does a nice job picking out the fish.
Well, there's something new. Speaking of Petco, what did we get when we were there?
Holy hell! I feel really bad that I forgot that now. Now I feel so. I luckily bent down to look at a tank when we were at Petco, and our buddy at Petco, she's like, "Oh, there's the baby whale in there," and I'm like, "Excuse me." There's a baby whale in there, and it is the babiest of baby whales. So it's Brackish brackiistis, so it's the same type I've had, but it's a little teeny tiny peanut, and it was only $14.99, so we got it, which is a really good deal for those. Honestly, you don't see the whales as much as you see the dolphins, I feel like. I used to see dolphins all the time, baby dolphins, but never the whales, and never this specific whale, which stays relatively small, because some of them get quite large and can be more aggressive. So this is the good one. This is the one that if you're going to keep them in a peaceful tank like our West African tank, then you want this kind. So
Did you see the ones the Wet Spot has?
No. They have some right now?
They're pretty wild.
Oh,
I'll pull it up.
I love that kind of stuff. So I mean, again, not a pretty fish by most people's standards, pretty much a silvery brown fish, but the behavior is just absolutely amazing. Watching them move around the tank and look for food, it's just so impressive the way that they navigate their environment and the way they function. They're very shy, and they usually come out between like I don't know, dusk and like somewhere, or not dusk, excuse me, dawn. Like they're early risers, or they're up late. So I don't want to say they're like nocturnal, but they're in essence nocturnal.
Okay, where they're at?
I know, Jerry. I love
They're
baby
like
whales too. They're the best.
Oh, if they sold out since yesterday, I'm gonna be really sad.
That would be a bummer, because I'm really intrigued.
Uh-oh, I don't see them.
Thanks a lot. Well, maybe we can... Oh, they were... Okay. Yeah, well, I see nothing that looks... Puffer, knife. There was a photo, for sure. Oh, wait. Short nose whale.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right here in front of my face.
Yeah, it's okay.
Look at the little stubby nose on
Look
him.
at how cute... I almost think that's its bottom
Oh,
lip.
get away.
I think it's the lip, but it does look like a nose. I'm pretty sure that's the mouth, but I can't tell because it looks like it's fused or something. That is so cool.
Is that a pretty fish or what?
I love that. That is, yeah. I really like that a lot. How much is it?
$40.
Not bad. Honestly, that's when I saw $14.99 for our whale, I was like, that's a steal, because normally they are around like $30-$40. That's really cool. I like the like line down the dorsal down to the... That is a really cool fish. What is the scientific name? Mark something with an M? Marcescensius Thomasi? Okay.
So it's not an official name yet.
Yep. That's cool, though. That's good. There's so many different types of whales and dolphins, the more myrids. There's tons and tons of subspecies that they're finding all the time, so it doesn't surprise me. Super cool, though.
Let's see.
I'm a fan.
Cool videos from a cool guy. What's his question here? Your opinion on near-ice snails, if they're true freshwater snails. Well, I mean, that's debatable. I think that depends on the person.
On what you would...
Because are they
consider.
freshwater? Well, they need brackish to breed, so...
They live in freshwater. Adults live in freshwater, yeah.
Depending on your definition. But they'll be just fine. The only thing they're going to do is leave little white eggs that'll never hatch all over your hardscape.
God, it's so annoying. But
it'll be like trails of like one egg as they're pooping them along as they're scooting. But they live a long time. They're going a wide range of water parameters. I don't think you'll have any issues with them.
Tyler, you do need a baby whale. I think so.
Jody, I saw you had a question earlier. I don't see it now. I won a raffle. Ended up getting 6L411 Plecos. Any tips on breeding them? I've never bred them, so I could lie and just give out generic Pleco stuff. But seeing how I've never bred them myself, I don't want to just make stuff up. So maybe somebody in chat can help us. Give us the 411 on the 411.
411. What's happening? Like a tiny porpoise. It does look like a tiny porpoise. They are like little, in essence, yes. Yes.
I need a baby whale feeding. Is it taking dried food yet?
They don't. So in my experience, whales don't take dried food. Mine never did. It just bloodworms. It was funny. Sometimes maybe like some mysis shrimp or something, but really just bloodworms. I've tried it didn't work. Maybe some will. I mean, I definitely could try with this one. It's a lot younger than the last one that I had. When I got my last one, it was already not full grown, but about halfway, and I think it had been fed bloodworms, and so that's just what it expected. But you could definitely try. Maybe I'll try. I don't know. We just gave it bloodworms for now because it's quite new to the equation, so still in quarantine. But it's doing well. So, yeah. It just sits on leaves. That's what I love about them. During the day, they just go find, like, we put some bulbitis in there, and it just found a little leaf, and it just sits there right on the leaf until it gets dark or later in the day.
Just think of the little white eggs as aquarium pearls.
That's a nice way to look at that. I did not think that way about my, like, all of my, like, I had apple snails at one point, and, yeah.
Oh, is Nancy here? Have we seen Nancy yet?
I feel bad if we did, and I did not. If we did, I didn't. So I don't think so. Maybe.
Oh, if she shows up later.
Oh yeah, what?
I got some commenting for her.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, wow, that sounds a little alarming. Got some words.
Hey, Barbara, how you doing?
Hey, Barbara. Yeah, I love all those weird fish, like the mormyrids. They're just weird shaped, weird behavior. Weird looks. It's my favorite kind of fish.
Smart.
They're very smart. They're
the smartest of the fish, I believe.
They're very intelligent fish. That's perhaps what I should have led with. I think it's so cool because they're very calculated in their movement. They sense their environment. They send out electric currents, and it reverberates back, and they're able to feel things in their environment. That's how they search for food and navigate because they have bad eyesight. So they're really cool, though. They're just one of my favorites.
Very bad eyesight.
Yeah. They will run into things. That happened frequently with my other one. It used to just crash right into stuff when it got going too quick because I think it wasn't getting its information back as quickly as it was moving. So.
Oh, there's also a new puffer I've never seen, and there's no photo of it, but if you look this guy up,
not a cheap puffer, clearly.
They look like cross river puffers, in my opinion.
They do kind of look like them, yeah. Kind of
There's
like
a little
ABIs
red in there
too, a little bit. Like,
where's Mountaintop? Is Mountaintop here?
I was about to say, can we get some feedback here? God, I almost think that is a cross river. Like that looks a lot like one. That is, isn't it? Oh, it's ABI. They
ABI.
do look like ABI though. Like I just said, I feel like it does kind of have that look to it. I mean, it's a POW, right? Yeah, so maybe.
And speaking of POW, they will POW your fish.
These are not ones you want to try and keep in a community environment, you mean?
So I try to do some research on them, and there's not much. Obviously, it's an undescribed species of puffer, so what do we really know about it? And this is actually a different name. So let's see. I found it on Aquarium Glasser earlier. But from what the little I could read, it seems like ambush puffer. And the videos I saw, they look to be bigger than a POW ABI. They look to be like 6-7 inches.
Oh, wow. That's pretty large.
Which is why I say cross river. But again, there's not very much.
They do look like ABIs to me. Like even now that the more I look at them, they look a lot like ABIs.
And who knows if what we're looking at is actually the right.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is who knows what these pictures are really, because that looks like a cross river. I don't really know. But any new puffer, it's pretty cool.
Although to be fair, even POW ABI, there's like 4 species that are sold as POW ABI.
That's
so
true.
What do we really know?
One of them is significantly nicer apparently than the others, and I loved trying to figure that out. That was fun because we had a couple different looking POW ABIs. Like 3 of them looked similar, and one looked very different, or 2, and then 1.
The one video has an aquarium co-op sponge filter. I can't play it or I'll get copyright struck, but
you can go watch it if you want. Blue reticulated puffer. Look that up. Oh, yeah, he's got a lean. This is difficult.
What am I looking up?
Blue reticulated puffer.
Retic?
Retic. I know, I like that word. That's fun. Reticulated puffer.
There's Python.
Why does that not shock me? Wait, is this real?
This is saltwater. This is saltwater.
We were had. We've been had.
Who said that? Someone's getting banned.
Aquatic
kidding.
moose.
I've never banned the moose.
How dare you recommend a saltwater
Moose.
fish? I mean, to be fair, saltwater puffers are some of the most darling creatures on earth, so, you know. I tried to order some wet spot fish, but unfortunately one variety was ill, and fortunately they did the responsible thing and would not send them. I appreciate it. I'm on the waiting list. Yeah, that is the responsible thing.
Oh, I was wondering what happened because I saw you ordered, and then I saw you unordered, or they unordered.
That is the right thing, though. I would rather have somebody say no dice instead of send me a sick or dying fish. So, yep, that's...
Top 3 favorite foods for my Apistos would be, I don't know if this is, I don't know if you're like dry food or whatever, but mosquito larvae.
Mm-hmm. That's great stuff.
We'll see if I can do one. So live food would be mosquito larvae. Ooh. Frozen food. Probably.
This is a tough one for him.
Well, I want to go with some kind of shrimp, but they're not very nutritious. So I don't know. If I'm like conditioning to spawn, probably bloodworms, just because they're fat and protein and.
Bloodworms always work when you're trying to get stuff to spawn, I feel like.
And then dry foods. So a dry food would be kind of a toss up. I do like the extreme pellets, the nano pellets. I like those a lot. But we are trying some new foods. So I haven't been trying Dr. Basilier enough to be like, yeah, that's my go-to. But it seems to be a pretty big hit with all the fish.
Mm-hmm. True story.
I really like, actually, the Omega-1 brine shrimp flake. I don't even know if they still make that because it's been a while. But that's always like in the back of my mind. I feel like not a lot of people talk about Omega-1, and I don't know why, but I've always had real good luck with their food. Yeah, I mean, there's like 4, I guess.
That's good. Hey, dudes. Would you keep a dwarf red-tailed eel with rainbows? I haven't pulled the trigger because I'm not sure. In my personal opinion, even though I've never kept the dwarf red-tails, I've kept plenty of spiny eels, and I don't think they would honestly mind rainbows. I don't think they share the same same part of the water column. I think that I know that my spiny eels have a tendency, certain ones, to move very quickly. I don't know if it'd be one of those things where I would not be nervous to try it. I'd definitely try it, but you keep an eye on it and make sure that they're not bothered by how fast, the rainbows are swimming. But I think it'd be fine if I had to choose.
Well, this is looking freshwatery.
Chelondotops? What is it? Wait, what? Chelonodon. Okay. Bengalensis.
A Bengal retic puffer. This is
That's cool looking. Looks almost like an avocado puffer with spots or something, like the shape of the face.
I just love their face.
Yeah, their faces are... That's why everyone loves puffers, because look at those faces. How could you not love a puffer?
Okay, these are pretty cool.
Yeah, they are very cool. I like it. I love the face. It's very round. Like, they have very rounded faces. Thanks for not banning me. You're welcome. I wouldn't have done it.
I've had good luck with Omega-1. Yeah, I really do like their flake. I haven't used much else of their stuff, but what I'm really looking for right now is a good algae pellet.
Yeah, most of them are crap.
And I remember saying this like 5 years ago on the stream, like I'm looking for a really good algae pellet,
Nothing
and
yet.
here I still am. So I might just do it myself.
Most of them are just like wheat. They're not even algae. That's the thing.
It's germ wheat.
It's gross.
Disgusting.
Oh, I sound far away. Am I turned up?
Yeah, I've verified that all mics are turned up.
It's probably just me.
I'm just really closer to the mic.
Yeah, I feel like it's me.
I'm like,
I'm making out with the mic, like David Lee Roth.
and you're like back here.
Yeah, I kind of lean back when it's just
Lean back.
Yes, it's my gangster lean.
Are forgetting which are smaller, rosy barbs or cherry barbs? Cherry barbs, definitely.
Yeah, the color is like.
Aqua Imports has them, so who knows if they're really. But I do want to look.
Tongue out winking emoji, so it's recognized. What are good algae eaters to go with rams in 82 and 20 gallon? Oof. God, I don't even know.
249.
82 is hot.
That's almost worth a gamble. Sorry to interrupt,
No,
but
go ahead. They're fine.
uh,
That's not bad at all. Yeah, that's really
I
good.
thought that would be like a $600-700 puffer.
I
to be
thought so
honest.
too, because the Cross River, it's like size wise. I thought, okay, well, this is large. So.
14 inches.
Yeesh. 180. They want to tell you to keep over a foot long fish in a 180. I just don't know.
That would go well.
I don't know.
In my 300.
Yeah, that'd be good. I could see that.
If
being
anyone
a really
wants
good
to
size.
gift a Bengal reticulated puffer,
Add it to the baby registry.
um,
That Bengal retic.
I would say gamble on it.
Yeah. I sound distant.
Because I don't know that that's... Let's take a look. Aqua Imports. Okay, it does appear to be their actual photo, so that's good at least. I'd have to do a reverse image search for full conclusion, but they've got a couple pictures of them, so...
There's quite a few pictures, and they all look very much like that's the same thing, and that is consistent, so...
So good on them for at least using their own photos. Wait, where is that at? Here it is.
$250. Yeah, I've spent that much on fish. Who cares? Right? It's not bad.
Mountaintop Puffer Keeper says, I got the message from on that Bengal puffer. Wait, I got the message from...
Where are you reading this? I don't see it.
I think he got like an in-stock message, I think is what he's trying to say.
Oh, okay.
Robert says, New Life Spectrum has good algae-based wafers and pellets, but they float too much.
New Life Spectrum
Plus,
pissed me off.
Plus, I met the owners, and they were kind of
I don't really...
my favorite people,
My
to be
fish didn't
honest.
like the food. I remember buying it, and they just wouldn't eat it, and I was like,
I
okay.
do. If I'm being unbiased, I do like their medicated pellets.
That's what I bought.
Oh, they work good for me.
No, I know, and a lot of people love them, and that's why I bought them, but my fish were like, go F yourself. So.
I used to like Sarah, but they changed their formula, although I've heard that they might have changed it back, but I cannot confirm or deny that because I haven't been sent any samples. Not that they owe me samples or anything. I'm just saying.
Where's my samples?
It is a sweet puffer candy. It'd be interesting to learn about its behavior because if it's not community safe...
For some reason, I have this feeling it's not, but I could be wrong.
It says relatively peaceful for a puffer, but may nip at tank mates.
I just have I mean, I would try it and see what happens.
To be fair, this is a brackish water puffer. Right there, brackish.
Oh, it's from the Bay of Bengal. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Well, put the kibosh on
Never
that.
mind,
You
moving
say right
on.
here in highlighted, brackish.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. It
Although
looks
I will say,
brackish.
in terms of freshwater puffers, that like when I first got into this hobby, like every freshwater puffer was an ambush predator, a nuisance, would kill everything in the tank. And now that I've been back in the hobby for quite a while, I've kept quite a few species. They get a bad rap. They are not quite as angry as people make them out to be. And there's definitely some that are, like I said, the Harrys, the ambush puffers, but the Mabu puffers, like I've never seen one hurt anything on purpose. I lost a Corydora on accident when they were both going for a clam,
Yeah, that sucks.
which was sad to see one of those get chomped in half.
Yeah.
But Congo puffers, red tail puffers,
Pea puffers.
pea puffers. I've not had any problems with any of these Amazon puffers. But when I first got back in the hobby, it was don't get puffers; they'll kill everything.
I was from day one of those like I don't really care what anybody says. I'm gonna try it and see what happens. So I was pleasantly surprised with the puffers that I kept and other things too that people said it's gonna rip this
really
tank
annoying.
apart. It's gonna rip your fish apart. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. And I never had an issue with lots of things that were supposedly very
move it over
angry
here.
fish. I don't think it's fair to pigeonhole all fish because just like people, even within a species, there's such a different personality from fish to fish that generally, that's.
I cannot see that, but I will search it.
Karina Tetradon Salvatore.
Stop moving, chat.
The puffer info changing. The Harrys are 3 colonies deep and have never fought. See, yeah, look at that. You also are a gifted puffer keeper. So I think that your approach may be part of why you have such success there, honestly.
Oh, is that just the red-eye red-tail?
That's the red-eye red-tail. But
Oh,
it's
no,
also,
no,
that's,
it's a different
that's,
species.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Rubesco, isn't it? Or
Yeah. Okay, this is a pretty nice looking puffer too. Fantasy Aquariums, get it?
That is a flippin' female red-eye puffer. Maybe they just look very similar. Maybe they're from very similar areas because that's a female red-eye puffer.
Well, there's multiple species of red-eye puffers.
I know. That's why I'm just wondering. That's exactly what ours looks like, so it's interesting. Striped red-eye puffer. So, yeah, okay. I wonder... oh, it doesn't say.
My female Shidontai has become a murder bean since her mate passed.
Uh-oh.
Better get her another mate.
Yeah. Phew, that's not necessarily a fish you just pop out and buy, huh?
Speaking of beautiful plecos, I really like those ones.
Oh.
Oh, and then gold dust
I love them.
Polypterus.
They're so cute. I just love them. Those spotted Congos can get a little feisty. You know, it's funny you say that because, yeah, during, like, feeding, what's funny is I've noticed that in our poor spotted Congos, every single fish in that tank, as soon as they start eating snails, like, convulges upon them and starts eating their food, like, out of their mouth. I'm like, you guys are going to get hurt by these puffers. And they're so nice to them, but they can go after each other a bit during feeding.
Barbara says the fish liked the Northfin garlic food, but the fish room stunk so much it didn't make me want to use it again.
That's reasonable.
That's like the Hikari massivore and carnivore.
You know,
fish
they
love
it,
those.
Though. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite foods to feed, but boy, does your fish room stink.
Pungent food is always their favorite, I feel like.
Kenny says, how difficult is it to breed pea puffers? You'd have to talk to Mountaintop. I've never done it.
Where did I just... Oh, tank mates to go with 2 common goldfish and a 75-gallon goldfish are 2 to 3 inches.
Dojo loaches.
Dojo loaches and get a bigger tank. Like, eventually. Not right now. You're fine right now. If they're 2 to 3 inches, it's totally fine. But yeah, dojo loaches do great. They're cold water. They don't need a heater. They swim it very quickly and are unfettered. A lot of ponds or people that keep like goldfish ponds, they keep dojo loaches. Or if you have a massive pond, Chinese hyphen banded shark, a lot of those will go well with goldfish and stuff. Oddly enough, they get huge. So
the Mies antenna catfish.
Oh, Ethan said that females are very similar between Irabusco and Salvatore, but males are very different. Oh, okay. Male Salvatore, much nicer, especially when displaying. That's cool.
I was the one thing I like about the wet spot websites, which I don't really like, but I do like, is every listing they've ever had you can find on their website. So, like when you go,
that's true. If you saw something and then it's not available, you can still find it on their website.
What I like is to just, I'm gonna go to like page 8 and see what I can find here because I'm gonna be some. Oh look, puffers. Look at all the different puffers. Irabusco.
There's a different type of red eye. The Lortidi. I don't want to say that. Postulatus.
And this is how I kind of find.
Oh, they did have Salvatores. Look right there.
Rare,
Carina
obscure fish. Zebra puffer.
Where?
That's its common name.
Oh, I didn't even look. I never pay attention to their common names because I don't care.
But this is what I like to do in my downtime. This is how I find new fish to research and learn about.
African arowana. That's cool. Soul.
Like the tonguefish.
God, the freaking tonguefish. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's cool, but...
You see all the gobies they used to have.
Audra, who breeds pea puffers in the Sacramento Aquarium Society? I'm curious. Oh, rainbow gudgeon. That's cool.
The plogie.
Oh, yeah, those are dope. I love those. Beautiful fish. Sensitive fish.
Very
beautiful
sensitive.
Fish.
So beautiful. They're from India?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oops. Fish. There we go. Habrosis. Who doesn't like habrosis?
My 4 puffers were great till one passed. That can, when you lose one in the hierarchy, it can really mess things up. That is a real thing. I've noticed that happening with when you have one pass and they had a certain position in the chain of command. It can kind of throw things off a bit. Hopefully balance is restored because that could be bad.
Mountaintop says, Mountaintop hasn't yet, but they spawn in the plants in the bottom and scatter eggs. Some reports have male peas guarding nest, but I haven't seen that yet.
That's cool. Oh, Jan Nolta. Jan's nice. I've talked to Jan. She's really nice. I don't know Justin Cole, but that's very cool. Jan handles a lot of the like admin stuff, from what I understand, right? Because that's, I think, why I talked to her about getting a table at one of the swaps.
What else did you say for tank mates for the?
For the goldfish,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't a real suggestion, honestly, because it's a Chinese high-fin banded shark, which are
Yeah, those get
giant.
big.
So, but they do go well with goldfish. That is something people commonly keep, and dojo loaches.
I like
dojo
to-
loaches, really.
I like to sneak those high fin sharks into people's ponds without telling
Yeah,
them.
that's what he likes to do. They're cool looking. They're very weird, and they're so small at first that you think, oh, this is cool, but then they get freaking huge.
And they live through our winters.
Yeah, they're pretty gnarly. Because nothing. I mean, with common goldfish. Really not a pleco maybe, like, but I don't even, not like a common pleco, but just like some type of pleco. There's not a whole lot that you should keep with goldfish. I think I kept just goldfish when I had them, and I had ranchus, so I had 6 ranchus.
Aquatic Moose says keeping fish simple has a great video on pea puffer spawning.
Nice.
That's where we need to make it one of these days. Australia.
God, I would get arrested trying to bring things back. I have like
Checker bags.
lizards in my shirt and stuff. Like I would just be smuggling so many things out of that place. Oh, they have all the good stuff. And all the stuff that could kill you and eat you. Also good.
Ben says dojo loach is my favorite fish. Wow.
They're very cool. I had one. I shouldn't have had it when I was 8 years old, but I had one.
Food suggestions for Nanacara anomala fry. I mean, besides baby brine shrimp.
Golden pearls.
Yeah, golden pearls.
You know what I did?
No.
Well, for my what's it called? My electric blue aquaria fry, I crushed up bug bites. I know people are probably so sick of me, but I'm like, I would just crush bug bites up and feed them that flake or pellet. They ate them. They did well. They grew quick, so that worked well for me. Anything a good food crushed up. Like I've never had an issue with that. I've never bought fry specific food. You could even do rapashi. Rapashi would work. And that's very fine. Very, very fine. So it's almost like the golden pearls, which I just hate the name of. Like, can we find a different name for that?
That's all you. I'll let you get the first one of the
Oh,
night.
shoot. Sound pitch black. That's cool. Neon Tetras came in with an ICX fix the issue, but now they have a white patch. Oh, boy. So wait, you did try antibiotics also in addition to the ICX? Because at that point, I'd say you need to start getting into like, depending on, I don't know what type of white it is. I don't like to tell people necessarily, like if it's the wrong thing, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but you're looking at like Maricin or something like that. But I like, can you describe? I don't know.
Yeah, is it like a fuzzy white?
What type
is
of
it
white
a spot
patch? Is it
white?
indented or is it raised? Like
Regardless, what I would do, irregardless,
Ugh. Ugh.
I would salt. Like
You can always try salt first.
I'm in the
al-
salt
yeah,
bolt.
I would.
boat.
When I hear white patches, it means, and they already had ick, so okay, they're already weakened. Their immune system's weak. They got a bacterial or some type of fungus bacteria. They have a weird infection. They're probably going to have a little bit harder of a time because they're weakened. But there's never a bad time to try salt first. Like, throw some salt in there. If it doesn't fix it, then I would hit it with the holy triumvirate. Like, start trying Maricin or.
Cheryl says I'm using crushed bug bites for my Daisy's rice fish. They love it.
There you have it. Oh.
By the way, Sound Pitch Black, thank you so much for the $5
Thank you
super
very much.
chat.
I hope you let us know. Like, keep us posted. Like next week. You know,
you're in the sun.
I know. I guess I can feel it. Let us know though, because I'm curious. And sometimes, you know, like I said, they're already weak, so they just need some time to recover. Clean water, obviously. I think that goes without saying. Keep your water clean. Make sure you're not introducing any other weird stuff when they're already not doing well. So I would just, keep an eye on them. Hope they get better. What?
Curtis with the $1 super chat. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, dude.
Dude.
Excellent success with bug buffet as well. I think it's no secret that if there is black soldier fly larvae involved in your food, your fish are going to do well because it's a superfood. I mean, they're fantastic for fish. It's fantastic for reptiles. And frankly, a person could probably survive on them, as disgusting as it would be. Thank you. I feel like that's, but yeah. Bugs are great. There's a lot of protein, good protein, low in fat, high in protein.
A Papuan soulfish.
I love it. I love that thing. That is the ugliest
I
little
know
fish.
none of you heard about this fish, but look what I just found.
That's amazing.
You find these weird stuff. I love it.
Who has ever owned a Papuan soulfish? If you have, I'd like to know about it.
You would be the soul keeper. Huh?
That was pretty funny. I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. My growth rate for fry has been amazing with Bug Buffet and Green Cuisine. Nice. That's why I did bug bites with my fry, because they'd pack on size so quickly, and I loved for things to grow up quickly. I'm sorry, am I in your way? Just fed all my fishies freshly hatched baby brine shrimp. Mountain Greenery said, "Yep, I'm sure they were very excited. Fish love that."
The world's greatest superfood is crested gecko food. I bet that's pretty good.
That is what. So, yeah. I agree with that. I feed that to lots of different types of reptiles also, other than crested geckos. Like my emerald tree skinks love it. Love, love, love. Anything that's a fruit eater to some degree will love that. And the insect formula is amazing. Pangea, I'm guessing, is what you're talking about. The Pangea crested gecko food. Excellent. The insect version is my favorite.
Kid's not here yet, and he's starting with the dad jokes.
Shocking. Just shocking. He's already adopted the stance, so it's fine.
Found out today one of my female dick
Dichrosis filamentosus. I took that right away from you. Do you like that? I saw it and I just took it. Continue. Go ahead.
Are you talking about... Never mind. Actually, a sleeper male all along.
Oh, shocking.
Had it for over a year and a half, slowly showing absolutely zero male traits.
That happens with those. I actually kept a group of them too, and the same thing. There will always be sleeper males if you have more than one male, because one will always reign supreme. That's just how that goes. And then until they're in a position where they feel like they're in charge, they may never show, but I think they generally will show later on, way later on. Obviously, you've had it for that long.
My parrots love crested gecko food.
Yeah, I could see that. Absolutely.
When I first read it, I thought it said my parents.
My parents love it. It's delicious. It smelled the strawberry, or I think it's the straw. I'm trying to remember what the pink one smells amazing. Every time I'd make it, I was like, I'm really tempted to just like lick this just to see, but I'm probably stupid for thinking that it would taste good, but it smelled really good. And by the way, Ethan, good for you for keeping that for over a year, because I've killed every single one I've ever kept within 6 months. So good for you.
Oh, is that the little spade-tailed checker barb?
Those are filamentatus is the more common. The maculatus is the rare the more rare spade-tail one, but those are the common checkerboards, and I just adore them. And they hate me deeply. They do not like my care for some reason. They'll do really well for a few months and then crash, and I lose all of them. It's very sad.
Kenny says, I have a bunch of crickets that I fed to my Oscars and Jaguars, and they love them, but just hate the mess it makes.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, there's no nutrition in a cricket.
Crickets suck. Get dubias and feed them dubias, and that is a great food for large. I used to feed my larger cichlids baby dubias, and my chocolate cichlid, who was about 10 inches, would jump out of the water to get them. She was a big fan. Holy hell. Look at that.
Take it away.
Michael Lawson, too. Hello, what kind of schooling fish would you stock with Beckfords? Beckford pencilfish, one of my favorites. Bolivian rams, another one of my favorites. And zebra loaches. That's out and about, planted 40 breeder. You have a lot of options. You do have the Beckfords, so that limits you a little bit, because they are very... I mean, for a pencilfish, they're pretty bold. I'd say they're one of the less shy pencilfish, the Beckfords, but I would still try and keep something that's either that peaceful, so maybe like a different type of pencilfish. We keep multiple types of pencilfish together, and I think that keeping them,
it's a very fun tank, a mixed.
Very fun. So like maybe a school of equus, like the Nanostomus equus, would go really nicely, because they have that different swimming style and they stay at a different level of the tank. They like to be up really high. So you'd have something like at the very top, Beckfords stay kind of mid-level, your zebra loaches are obviously low, and then the rams are pretty low too. So I think that would fill out your tank pretty nicely. And the equus love planted tanks. Like they are all over the place in a planted tank, or any type of pencilfish. But I would just try and keep it. Pencilfish are really the only other types of fish that mimic pencilfish behavior. Like there's not a whole lot of fish out there that are that have that type of swimming style and are peaceful and calm like pencilfish are. So that would be my suggestion. Thank you.
I would
for
say
$10 too.
In our last fish room video, we show our pencilfish tank that has 4 species of pencilfish in it, and it's very enjoyable, fun to watch.
Great tank.
Some of my suggestions would be pygmy hatchetfish, like a good
Ooh.
school of pygmy hatchetfish would be really nice.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't think that they're utilized enough in the hobby, but obviously if you don't have a tight-fitting lid, I would scratch that idea.
Yes.
Some other things, like I would maybe think of like killifish, some of the lamp-eye killies. There's some larger ones as well.
Those ones that go well. Yeah, those could go well. They move a little quicker than pencils, but they're so nice that I just don't think anybody could care about them.
And, rice fish possibly.
Ooh, rice fish? Or... what about grasshopper? No, grasshoppers aren't much better. They're a little better, but not much.
The thing is, though, crickets bite and grasshoppers bite even harder.
And they also are full of chitin. Like, the chitin is that shell, like the wings and the hard exterior. And it's very difficult for animals to break down chitin, and even reptiles. And so you have to be cognizant of how much you're giving them and if they can actually digest that. So, but that's the thing with dubias, is they don't have nearly as much, and that's why I love them. I know I just sing their praises all the time, but they're just such a magical little bug. Warzelli and Fornai are dream dichrosis for me. The Warzelli are very cool. I like how big they are. Eventually, I'd love to try to spawn all the species in the genus given the time. Yeah, they're very underkept fish, but I don't know if it's because people have a difficult time like I've had with them. And I know they were in very mature tanks. They did really well for like I said, months, and then just crashed. I don't know. It was crazy.
Steve says, I've been having fun breeding at Paleatus Corydoras. I have a monster female that lays 100 eggs at a time. How do you know when fry are big enough to hold their own in a colony tank? As soon as they're not big enough to be eaten.
That's what, yeah.
So they're never going to like search out and like hunt down their fry. But they will eat them if they're like sifting for food and hey, there's a fry right there. I'm going to suck that up.
Totally.
But in my experience, Cory fry are generally pretty safe once they're about a ½ inch.
Michael, I wouldn't say that Gardneri are too big, but they might be. They're not too big. I don't think they'd bother the pencilfish really. I just don't know. I don't know enough about killies, honestly, and I don't think they'd be a problem. I don't think it would be like oh no, don't do that. But I just would want to keep an eye on
I would not do Gardneri, but I would do the Australis.
I do like those a lot. Those are really cool.
I've kept both. I've kept Gardneri with rainbows, which are obviously way larger. Neon tetras, lemon tetras, Pristilla tetras, various dwarf cichlids. I would say Gardneri. If you get one that's nippy, it could cause some problems. I would say it's far less likely that you're going to get a nippy Australia.
You're welcome, Sid. We did that just for you. We didn't want to be streaming while you're working anymore.
Sid says, my work just got in the yellow Kogel tetras.
Ooh.
Have you guys had any experience with them?
No,
but we want experience with them.
They're great.
Dan has them in stock or had them. I wouldn't be surprised if they're already sold out, even at $40 a fish.
Worth it. Beautiful tetra. Beautiful tetras.
I want to see if he's sold out or not.
I hope he is. I hope people are buying those because they're freaking cool.
No, there's still 16 left.
He needs a picture of them. That's why.
Yeah.
They're very cool fish.
I can pull up a picture.
Yeah, they're really pretty. The black and yellow. I remember when they were first a thing. Yeah, I love that black barring that they can get. They're so pretty.
Yeah, these are amazing fish.
They're so pretty. They've just got that body shape that I love. They're similar to like emperors. They look angry. They almost look like piranha-like. Their mouths are my favorite. They're big old eyeballs. Love them. I would get some, Sid. If it were me, I'd get some. Yeah, killies, that's a good point, Bougie Bish. Yeah, they like to hover up top. Some of them do kind of like swoop down on things. Like that's a thing. I think I did keep Gardneri at some point, but I don't really remember. It was a long time ago, and I don't think I kept them long because I was like, I focused on other things.
Corydoras says, hi, Bob. In a 20-ish, can I do 3 Panda Garas and 6 Corys? Yes. or should I only do the Garas? I would feel comfortable doing both myself. I don't know what else is in the tank, but I think you'd be okay. There's just going to be a lot of poop.
My favorite thing.
So, like, if you're doing water changes like every 6 months, probably not. But if you're doing your bi-weekly water changes, you'd probably be okay.
Oh, shoot, Christopher, I'm so sorry. That is a real loss right there.
What happened?
He lost one of his favorite fish. Too cheap to order a feed port cover for fluval flex. Had his largest male Galaris jump out of the 2. Of course, they jumped out of the freaking 2-inch by 1-inch port. That's always how it goes. We had one of our Simorum jump out. Like some fish, it blows my mind how they find these cracks and these tiny crevices to get out of. Because I feel like you could sit all day and stare and never see it happen, but the minute you walk out, they're going to jump out. I'm so sorry.
Corydora follows up and says, I have 6 Corys and 1 Panda Gara right now. I want to make sure I have to avoid aggression if I add more Garas. I've never had aggressive Panda Gara ever.
I have said this before, and I think this is a really good, adage, and for the Panda Gara. They just move so quick, they run into stuff. I don't think they're aggressive at all. I think they just get going, they get excited, and they kind of like tussle with that. You know what I mean? Like I've seen mine kind of like do a quick circle around other things because I think they're just going so quickly and spastically they don't even know what they're doing. But I've never had a mean one either, and I've had so many.
I've kept a lot. I've had them spawn. I've raised up fry, all in the same tank with the adults.
Yeah, they're so nice. I've never raised up fry, but I had tiny little like hatchlings that I bought from a store that got a bunch of tiny ones in, and growing up, they never had one single problem. Never. They're like the nicest fish.
Don't ask me how I did it, because it was purely luck. I've done it once. It's never happened again. But one day I saw like 20 fry, and I was like, holy smokes. I looked it up, and apparently it's a very difficult thing to do.
I've never heard of it being done. So, I'm sure it's been done, but I've never heard of it.
Yeah, if you look at Seriously Fish, it does show it's been bred in the hobby, but it's pretty rare. And
maybe it's one
they
of those
haven't
things
figured
where
out triggers or anything.
They breed themselves. Like, you don't do anything, and they just happen to spawn, which is great.
Oh, everyone's
Jesus, man.
Today. Can we
This is getting
pep
tough.
up this stream a little?
This is getting tough. Christopher, I'm glad you still have your others. Like, yeah, tell me about it. I love me some blue Galaris, as you know. I'm not a pea puffer though. God, I had one female for the longest time. When she died, I cried. It was one of those, like, I am devastated. It was horrible. She jumped out. I still have no idea how. No idea how she did it. It was bizarre because I even kept the water level low. None of them ever jumped. I was devastated. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Corydor, I would say that all Garas are very social fish, and they like to be in groups.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're going to notice a lot more interesting behavior if you get them some friends.
So they'll stay together. It's like autosynclus. They'll sit together. Like, they'll choose their favorites. At least mine did. They'd have, certain ones would stay together all the time and just kind of like swim together and do all kinds of stuff. It was the best.
Curtis says, man, I love them McMaster-eye. It'd be a good one to breed for profit.
No kidding. Everybody loves McMaster-eye. Yeah, that would be a good one.
You want to get Robert there?
What?
You want to read Robert's there? That one.
Where? Oh. Would it be bad to only feed my fish frozen foods? How likely would they be to have a deficiency when compared to dry? I don't think that they'd have a deficiency. I think they can get good nutrients from high quality, flake and pellet food. I would always urge people to try to get, like, especially for, try and supplement frozen food or live food if you can, but your fish aren't going to die or be significantly affected if you're feeding a high quality complete diet that's prepared. I don't think there's a problem with that.
Okay, now I'll answer the question that you're asking.
What is he asking?
Would it be okay to only feed frozen foods?
Where's that?
It's the very first
sentence.
I
missed only. I missed the only
I
part.
would not feed
Sorry.
only frozen.
I don't think you could. How, like, for
you
babies?
You could.
You'd have to, if you had babies or young fish.
He doesn't say fry at all.
I'm just saying depending on the age of the fish.
The problem is like bloodworms, like we mentioned earlier, they're very fatty. So I would not. I mean, think like Could you do it? Yes, but do you want to eat McDonald's your whole life? Like, you're gonna have problems after a while, and I feel it's the same thing with like bloodworms. Even if you switch to like different frozen foods, like the other frozen foods have less for the most part, like shrimp, mysis shrimp, brine shrimp. So I don't think it would be a good idea to only feed frozen food.
Dying candy. Garas remind me of synchronized swimmers. Are you saying that just because I told you my sister was one and I think it's stupid? I hope so. That's funny. They do, though. They kind of like go in unison. Good one.
Sorry if already answered, but do you have suggestions for nanofish that'll decimate planaria ASAP? Well, this guy right behind us, possibly.
Yeah, they could.
But maybe like Batis.
Batis would be a good
But
one.
what are you gonna do when the planaria is gone? Like I would say rainbow fish, but I don't know like how small you need the fish to be.
Is $25 for 5 pounds of black soldier fly larva a decent price? Honestly, I don't think that sounds like a bad price. I've never purchased black soldier fly larva individually. I always purchase a food that contains it, or I buy the larva like in small increments, because the problem is with the larva is if you're not feeding those off really quickly, they will turn into flies. And if you're not storing them properly, and it's very difficult to keep them stored properly long enough. And if you're feeding those all off quickly, then fine. And I'd say within like 2 weeks, sure. But if you're not able to do that, I would steer clear, just because I have had them turn to flies, and it is a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the butt. I all of a sudden look in tanks and there's just flies. So that was that. But I don't think it's a bad deal price wise. No, that's a decent price if you can unload it quick enough.
Robert has a follow-up question. Says, I thought frozen was considered better than dry on average. Why is it considered McDonald's? So I'm comparing it to McDonald's
It's not a
as
complete
far
diet.
as like the unhealthy aspect.
It's all protein.
And I'm speaking specifically of like bloodworms. It's really fatty. If you feed them that every day over a long period of time, that's probably going to have some type of effects on their liver or kidney. Just like if you ate fatty foods like McDonald's all day, every day. That's what I was trying to say. Like the quality is there, but it's very specific. So like bloodworms, it's very good. I was looking for a different word than that, but it's very good to treat or to feed like new fish. So freshly shipped in fish that are, sunken bellies, fish that need to fatten up fast. That's where I really lay on bloodworms or rely on bloodworms a lot, because it's a really good way to get fish fat that are otherwise not healthy. So I think if I continue, like once the fish is up to the weight I want it to be, if I continued that, then they're going to get fat and lethargic and have problems.
Just like anything, like he mentioned, they need a well-rounded diet. I mean, there are obviously some fish that will only accept protein or only accept mostly protein or live foods or frozen foods. But if you have a fish that's not like that, then you kind of need to run the gambit and make sure they're getting everything they need. Also, frozen food is great though. Yeah, it is a high quality food most of the time, because it's not cut with a bunch of other crap.
It's a freeze-dried bag, so I assume it will not turn to flies.
Oh, okay. I thought it was, yeah, if it's freeze-dried, then it's fine.
The problem is if you're feeding it to fish, it'll never sink. Like if that's a problem. If you're just feeding it to big cichlids that are just going to gulp at the surface, not a problem.
In my big cichlid tank, I could have thrown stuff just on the surface. I did a lot of the time, and that they would exclusively eat. Even the geophagus that were in there would come to the top to get it. So,
all right. Robert says again, what about tilapia, salmon, fillets, scallops? So if you're feeding a variety of frozen foods, I'm much more on board with that.
Mysis, shrimp.
I just wanted to really hammer home, like,
not just bloodworms.
Most people, when they think of frozen food, it's like bloodworms. Like you got it all there,
Daphnia,
basically.
like all that kind of stuff.
So as long as you're feeding a varied diet versus just throwing in bloodworm cubes every day, you're going to be much better off. No yawning.
Freeze dried, no problems with turning to flies. That'd be really interesting if they did.
put it in Repashy, it will sink. Then, and so I actually have a video of doing black soldier fly larva in Repashy. It's one of my favorite things. Michael Lawson, too, welcome to the Dream Team. We appreciate it.
Yeah, buddy.
And just a reminder, the member stream will be right after this one.
You get to go now. Isn't that exciting? You have to wait a whole week. Yay.
Davo says Pethia galeus is a good worm exterminator. Yeah.
They're just good.
I don't know how nano we're trying to keep this, though. And
yeah, they're not very nano.
I would not put them in a nano tank.
No, they're very deep-bodied, actually. They're almost as wide as they are long.
Plus, the bigger the school, the funner they are.
Oh, my God.
Like
They're
most
so
fish.
pretty. They're just so cool. I'm like the Puffer Sherpa. That's amazing. You should change your name to Puffer Sherpa. I really like that a lot.
Mountaintop Puffer Sherpa.
Oh, I love it. If you don't come next week with a new name and it ends in Sherpa, I'm upset.
I cannot read your name. I apologize. But says, what's your favorite brackish fish? Mine is the dragon goby.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've actually kept them and I love them. I can't say the same thing. I really like those though. Probably
the mono.
Oh, I do love monos. Yeah, I do love. I also love
mono sabe.
Green scats. I don't know why.
I hate green scats. That means I've had too much Taco Bell.
Chipotle. It's fine. No, I like scats a lot. I'm a big fan. But yeah, I do what he said.
Dragon gobies are very prehistoric.
They are so good.
They have gnarly teeth, but they're not like aggressive.
No, they're so cool.
Well, they might be aggressive, but they're very they can't see, so it doesn't matter if they are or not.
They can be as mad as they want. They can't find anything.
Yep.
So
you ever
fine.
see a blind guy try to punch someone?
Yeah, it's not going to work out well. So
you might land a haymaker 1 out of 10.
Oh,
but
Tiffany
gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's exciting. Ooh, boom, boom, boom.
Aquatic Moose.
Sid.
Adam. Amachan.
Robert.
I don't know if I'm
Yeah, I know.
right.
I would like clarification, but Amachan.
Just a reminder, the gifted memberships goes to active.
Mm-hmm.
So lurkers. You just got to type one thing.
I was going to say.
Just type hello.
Look at old Amichan here. Amichan. Just said something and boom, membership.
And while I'm at it, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button.
Mud skippers are very cool. But they're one that I don't even know if I would try again, to be perfectly honest. There's something that is so specialized but they're very cool. Monos are awesome, Regina. I think so too. Yeah, they are driven by food for sure. They're just really cool looking. A lot of the my favorite sushi restaurant in Sacramento has monos in a lot of their locations, and I always love that.
One thing. The tank is a 15-gallon. I put my toothpick fish in, and one of them was eaten by planaria.
Whoa.
I quickly pulled the rest out, and I'm hoping I can get planaria killed. Well, if there's nothing in there, just salt it.
Yeah, not a toothpick fish. Those are so cool. I haven't been. I almost have gotten those a couple times.
Amachan. That's correct. Amachan.
Okay. Thank you. Sweet.
I don't know if you have like rainbow fish in another tank, they'll decimate that.
Yeah, they will.
And
quickly.
You could put a Bosemani in a 15-gallon for like a day or two. It's not going to hurt it.
They don't care if they're eating the whole time. What do they care? Guess you will be joining the member stream, won't ya? Good. Species of Corys and Aspies you bred any trap. Didn't you do one on Corys?
So the video I did on Cory I just showed all my species.
Oh, okay.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you didn't go into the breeding aspect of things.
I didn't really go into the breeding. So the ones that are breeding for me are the ones that will breed in hard water.
Yeah, very hard water.
I'm not messing with the water because I'm renting my fish room essentially, and so I'm not making permanent like
water softeners or something like a
system. Like even ROD. It's just it's there's no water even close to my fish room. No. It's a giant pain, but it's better than not having a fish room. Dwarf Praycock rainbows should work splendidly.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's a good one.
He says I have dwarf praecox, so
Perfect. There you go.
I just throw like 3 of them in there and let them go to town.
Are yours large? Because I always want to know how big people's praecox are, just because mine were so freaking huge. Like, really giant.
Lucas says, finally catching a live stream and we lose power.
Oh, what a crock that is, huh? That's unfortunate.
Lush and Salty lurking in the stream. All right.
Grilling a pizza and watching in the car. I appreciate your dedication, Lucas. That's very nice. Grilling a pizza, nothing wrong with that. What has happened? Oh.
I'm going to see who gets it. We're rolling the dice here.
Oh.
I'm giving one away. Who's going to get it? Did it work? There we go. Lucas.
There you go, buddy. Look at that. That was quick. I like how that happens.
Lush and Salty's tanks equals goals for my tanks. Bob, I'm not playing anymore. We need a dang Chelsea member emoji like yesterday. Well, that's on her.
Oh, God.
YouTube already has a toilet emoji. You can get rid of that if you need spacer.
That could be.
Oh, I've got plenty of room for more emojis.
I can be the toilet. I'm fine with that.
I'm not.
Okay. Fine. I don't know what. Yeah, what. Good evening. Toujours?
Thanks for all the suggestions. Mine are not large. I bought them a few weeks ago, but they're not super small either. Good. I mean, they might work. I'd give it a shot.
They still like to eat. I mean,
they're not gonna. Sure. They're not gonna get killed by planaria worms.
They won't. They're not that small, I'm assuming. Although that was I feel like that was what I always had creep into other tanks, because I'd move my plants all around to different tanks, or when they'd grow out, I'd put them in other tanks, and I always had a freaking praecox fry in some random tank.
Lush and Salty says, my dwarf neon rainbow is quite large and beautiful, and how
so pretty.
And their shimmer is so underrated.
That blue they get when they get really big, like the males get really large, that blue shimmer is just, it's almost like steel gray blue. It's so pretty. And specifically the males get it more than the females, but they're both lovely. I didn't know if you had a limited number of spaces. An equal trade.
I don't even know. I definitely need to go in and redo some of the membership stuff, because I haven't touched it in years.
I was going to say, have you even done anything with that in a long time?
Not since the 4-year badge came out like 4 years ago.
There you go. Maybe time.
I don't even know if there's a 5-year badge. We're about to hit it.
I know people have asked about that.
Oh, you should look at Connor there.
I just purchased 6 lamp by Congo tetras from the wet spot with your code. Well, good for you, Connor. Hoping to try my hand at I hope you have luck. I hope we both have luck. I want everyone to have luck breeding these. Aren't they just great? I know the ones you have are definitely from the same batch we had, so I know their size. They're already looking good. Once yours settle in, like ours have been settled in for about a month and a half now, and they look better and better every day. I'm so excited every time I look at them. I really hope they spawn, because I think I did get. I tried to grab like 2 males and 5 females, but we'll see how that turns out. I've definitely got a couple males for sure.
Chattanooga Ed, what's up, buddy? Haven't seen you forever, although I have been lurking in some of your streams here and there.
So he has seen you.
But I meant here.
Okay, fine.
But I have still seen you,
yeah,
so
fine.
I can't go too long without the colored goatee.
That's the goal for my fish room. Just move fish into tanks for a couple weeks and wait for Fry to appear. That is exciting when that does happen. Predatory fins just got a ton of what? Whoa. Boom, he sees you now. Ton of American bullfrog morphs. Blue bullfrog. Ooh, a solid white bullfrog. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that. What are those green Congo tetras you guys talk about? Thought Longipinus, but apparently not. Green Congo tetras. Are you talking perhaps? And
green fire?
I could be completely wrong here, so if I am, I'm sorry. But we have green dwarf Distichotis, but we don't have any green Congos. I can't think of any green Congos. I can think of blue. I can think of like the bronze. Green. Not, and I know Longipennis. I know that. That's what I don't know. Now I'm gonna rack my brain.
Longipennis from Modern Family.
Yeah.
Longinus.
Mm-hmm. I love Longinus. Let me think on that for a minute. Unless you could elaborate a little bit more, just because I'm a little confused because I can't think of any off the top of my head that are green or have green in the name.
There's the blue lamp-eye Congo tetras.
Mm-hmm. Which we were just talking about, but there's also, I mean, the Longipennis, I know which one he's talking about, and that's not.
Yeah, it's the silver with the little black bar.
Mm-hmm. I have to think about that for a minute.
Salient Aquatics says, Steenfott, North Fin or Extreme, and why? I'm going to say Extreme because I have not tried North Fin a single time.
So there you go.
So
easy peasy.
By default, Extreme would win.
Yeah.
And there's no reason that I've never tried North Fin. There's no vendors around me that sell it. And yeah, I've just never had a reason to try North Fin, I guess.
Yeah, I've never tried it either. I'm trying to think if I'd ever bought it. I haven't. Green Africans, maybe the blue. The green dwarf Disticotus is the only thing I can think of that we have that has green in the name. Blue, I mean, there's the blue lamp-eye Congos, obviously. There's the blue lip buffalo heads I've talked about. I'm trying to think of anything with color like that I've talked about from Africa. I don't know what's wrong with my brain right now. I'm sorry.
You got to try those North Fin kelp wafers. My fish go crazy for them.
Well, that's a good thing to feed. Kelp's really good. Anything fish go crazy for, I'm a fan of.
Someone's looking for tank mates for Bolivian rams.
Are they? Are you?
Thanks in advance. I'll let you handle that. You love Bolivian rams.
Those are some of my very favorites. You could do a million different things with them because they don't rise up above like 4 inches to 5 inches off the substrate, the Bolivians. So you could do really any type of small to medium cyprinid or cherison. Like you could do many types of tetra. It really comes down to, I have to ask, like, what do you like the looks of? Like, what colors do you like? Do you like things that swim a little bit quicker? Are you more of like a peaceful swimmer? Because you could do pencil fish with Bolivian rams if you really wanted to. I've kept pencil fish with my Bolivians with no problem. So you could do Beckford pencil fish. You could do, like, if you really wanted, you could do like wad-eye, Hyphesibrycon wad-eye, like we have. You could do
the blueberry tetra.
Yeah, the blueberry tetra. You could do margite. That's a great one. Hyphesibrycon margite, the bleeding blue tetra. Oh my goodness. Such a pretty fish. And they're starting to, I'm seeing them again. Like they're, I think, does Dan have them? Somebody has them or did have them recently, and I love it because they used to be nowhere. You could do different types of barbs, like the what's it called? Pethiogalius, the golden dwarf barb. Those would be great in there. I mean, anything. That's, the world is really your oyster with Bolivian rams. I've only seen Bolivian rams get a little persnickety with other cichlids when they spawn. That's it. So you could do so many things. So many things. They won't even care.
Sid said, I found them. They're the Orontiaceus, which is the...
That's what we have.
Yeah, the yellow eye Congo.
It's the blue eye Congo. Yeah, they're yellow.
Blue
their body.
eye yellow Congo
yes,
tetras.
It's Phenacogrammus orontiacus. I'm sorry. Yes, that is...
So now what was the original question? Or is that what it was? Like, what are they?
Yeah, what are they? That's what we have. I was just talking about them. That's what we have, and that's what's growing out, and we're hoping to spawn. Very few accounts of people ever spawning them. So I'm really hoping all of us who have them right now can have some luck and start driving that $40 price point down, because it is a painful amount of money, obviously, to spend when you need many schooling fish, but God, they're beautiful. They are every bit as great as I hoped they would be.
A lot of people saying I need to try North Fin. It's kind of one of those things I'm just like waiting for someone to be like, oh, here's a bag, try it out.
I know that we use so many good foods already that we have so much of. We would have to go through everything first, or we're going to start wasting food. We have a lot of food. Luckily for us, we are given a lot of food. We try a lot of things. There's a lot of stuff that we just have to go through first. So
blue eye plus yellow equals green in my brain.
I like it. It's perfectly reasonable. I can see how that would happen. They are just, the cool thing about them is not only are their eyes blue, like the very tip of their nose is kind of a blue color too, which is just, they're ridiculous looking. I still can't believe we have them. It's one of those things where I'm like, I can't believe we own them. I'm so excited about it. They're just so, this is my excited face. Like,
those are also in our recent fish room video that we did on Thursday, I think.
Their tank is just for them. Like we have a whole 40 breeder for 7 Lampi Congo Tetra because they are that like holy grail to us. So they're amazing.
Salient, if you do want to send me some, just send an email to steenfotaquatics@gmail.com and we can touch base there.
Yes, blueberry tetras are the best mid-price tetra.
Matt says, Bob, have your Corydoras Weitzmanni spawned? No, but to be fair, I haven't tried to spawn them. I was just looking at them the other day, and they're definitely spawning size now. When I got them, they were actually, I think, like 3/2 inch to 3/4 inch. They were really small.
Oh, pikes.
One of the things I'm thinking about doing next in the fish room is I still have 8 10-gallon tanks that I need to go through, and I'm thinking of, we're starting to get a lot of storms. We're starting to get rain again, and it would be a really good time to separate a bunch of these Corydoras and put them in their own breeding tanks, and that's what I'm thinking about doing. And if I do, which I probably will because I've been thinking about it a lot lately, I will definitely make a video on it, so be sure to look out for that.
Yeah, Kara. That's funny. Pepper grinder is a great idea. Here I am using a Ziploc bag and a rolling pin. You still make it happen, my friend. That's fine as long as you're getting it crushed. But I can confirm a pepper grinder will. Get on Amazon and get that pepper grinder. It'll change your life.
Stephen P., what's up, buddy? Said I had a bunch of super blue Cari, but only have like 4 now.
Oh, you need to get more. Those are great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. What Ichthys. I never can say their scientific name, but they're very pretty.
That's another thing we have to do is separate out some tetras to spawn those as well, like the blueberry tetra.
Yeah, the blueberries.
I wouldn't mind spawning another round of the black emperor tetras.
Ours are just phenomenal. Not to say that most of them aren't, but I've seen better black variants than others, and ours are just gorgeous.
So Chef Steve says, what's the best temperature for rams? Bolivian rams, I would say 75. German rams, I keep them in like 79. I refuse to go above 80.
No, I wouldn't either.
And I'm not. That's not to say that they can't. I just don't do that.
Yeah, I never do
And
either.
So I keep them at 79, just so it doesn't even say 80. And I've had good luck with them at 79. A lot of people are like 82, 84, even like 86, and I'm like, never will I have a tank that hot.
No, I can't do it. It just doesn't seem right to me. I don't know.
Ross says, I'm raising up a batch of super blue Cari tetras right now with CPDs.
God, CPDs are like they just.
I'll check my email right now.
They piss me off.
I won't respond right now.
Are there any bad emperor tetras? Black, rainbow, blue. So my favorite is Lacordii. I think that they are the best, but no, I don't think there is a bad emperor tetra. The Lacordii are jerks too, and they're still my favorite. I will say the emperors, all emperors, not this much the Cari, but all of the like the Lacordii and the Palmeri, they can get a little jerky with each other. They are more jerky on the tetra end of it. Like they're pretty much not nice. If you have like 5 of them, they're gonna go after each other. But if you have a nice big group, they're no problem.
Yes, I got the email and I will respond tonight, which means tomorrow, because I'll probably forget.
I'll try and remind him.
Yeah. But I'm definitely down for trying it, because honestly, when Northfin first came out, this was a long time ago. Back then, there was like a flavor of the month. Like every 3 months, some new superfood would come out, and everyone is like, "Oh, this is the best food," and then they're like, "Okay, well now we're not getting paid to say that anymore." So
hone your craft.
We're not getting it for free anymore. So then, like another 3 months, it'd be another food. Is this? Oh, this is amazing food, and I'm just like, and it came out at that time, so I was like, oh, this is just another fly-by-night operation.
Okay,
but they've been around for a while, and I have heard a lot of good things, so I am willing to try.
Oh yeah, Rosario Lacorte said, yeah, he is a pioneer for sure, or was. They're very, very pretty. It's harder to find the Lacortii. I had been sent Palmeri in place of Lacortii so many times. So annoying. And it's not even hard either. It's like, look at their eyes. It's so easy to tell the difference. Red eyes versus blue or green. Not hard. But when they're little, it's a little harder, but it's still not that hard.
Sid asked Bob, you got any rads yet? Spoke to a guy at a recent ANGFA meeting who had 15 collection points. Wow. No, and I see Marcel is selling like like groups of 6 adults for like $100, which is an amazing deal. But nope, haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Amapa tetras are cool.
Red lasers are also cool.
Yeah, word to both. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we have both of those in a video somewhere.
I currently have my black rams at 85 for breeding purposes, which is completely respectable and fine and good if you're I mean, like that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just for me, I kept them in. I never tried to spawn them. I kept them in community tanks, and I wasn't about to pump it up any higher than 79 or 78 or 79. I really didn't go much higher than that ever for anything. I remember Jay Wilson and KG promoting the crap of Northfin.
Should I feel bad about bringing back 6 bronze cories to the fish store? They're not letting my plants grow and taking up mulm. Would you call before? If you don't know their policy, I would call before. Most fish stores, in my experience, will take the fish back, but you won't get any type of like credit or anything for them.
So I was fortunate. My local fish store that I had a really good relationship with would take anything back if it didn't work out in one of my tanks, and they would give me credit for it every time. But that's, like he said, that's really not something you can expect. You can definitely expect, I think, for them to take them back. And I personally have no issues with removing fish from my tank that either cause problems or do something that is undesirable. You're not hurting them. You're not harming those fish. I'm not a big proponent of rehome everything for no reason, but if it's legitimately causing issues, then yeah. No, that is not a question for me from Chef Steve. I have no idea. No clue. I don't know. I don't know what goes with haps.
I mean, so I will say we are looking for sponsors to the live stream, and if we like Northfin, maybe we'll reach out or something.
I would never not try it. Like I just have never tried it. So I have no idea.
The thing I don't want to get to a point where, like, you know, I like a lot of the old extreme recipes. Some of the new stuff hasn't been a big hit in our fish room lately. But the tried and true staple stuff is still a huge favorite of mine. We're having really good luck with Dr. Baslier. I just don't want to get to a point where I'm like, here are these 18 foods that you need to try, or you know.
To me, I'm more of a like quality over quantity type of person. I'd much rather have a few really high-end good items to choose from than just throw in whatever, you know. Not to say that there aren't other good foods out there, but when you find things that work, I think it's pretty acceptable to go with it.
Lush and Salty says penguin tetras are the coolest schooling tetra nobody keeps anymore.
I love penguin tetras. They're very cool.
They did make my original tetra video way back in the day because I agree. Penguin tetras, they get a bad rap, I think, because they're larger than people think they get. And then if you don't get enough of them, they can be a little nippy. But if you actually have a good school of them, they're just really fun to watch school around.
Yeah, Tetra's a popular brand. Well, it has been for, I think it's because it has been for years, so.
I remember the Tetra wafer crisps. It was like one of the worst foods I've ever fed in my life.
Like, I don't even know what those are.
The Tetra color granules were always a hit, but again, that's like, you know, McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's like taking your kid to McDonald's. Of course they're excited.
They love it. Yeah. Totally.
But yeah, I haven't, like, any of like the big name brand stuff I kind of stay away from. So the Tetra, like Marineland makes food, which is.
Fluval makes food. I mean, the bug bites are the only thing that I've ever really cared for from Fluval.
Plus, Fluval's tripping.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. But I mean, the bug bites are amazing.
You know the episode of South Park the smog episode where they like the
Smug.
smell of their own farts. That's what Fluval reminds me of.
Thanks.
Smell our farts.
I'm just trying to
thanks.
do my part. Thanks. That's a good one because as someone who grew up very close to San Francisco and went regularly, I can confirm there's a lot of smug that goes on there. So,
Chicken nachos. No invite. I don't blame you because I wouldn't have gone.
well,
Not on a Monday. Like, how are we supposed to make that happen?
Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. But Candy makes good chicken nachos. That's for sure.
LRB like only feeds Tetra color granules. I will say,
Is that his poison?
when I was doing my breeding for profit tank, that's what I fed that tank, and there was cherry shrimp in there, and they love that stuff.
Oh, I bet they did. I can see that.
And they looked really red too.
I was about to say, I bet you they looked real nice too.
Thanks.
His eyes closed. You have to have your eyes closed. You can't say it with your eyes open.
Someone needs to make that into a Fluval meme for me.
I love how everybody has like 5 names too. This is Mindy Jarvis Cohen. And every single person in San Francisco. It's the best. It's the best.
Is LRB still only feeding Tetra color granules? Because I'm pretty sure that's not like. I remember like 7 years ago, you'd look at it like in the background of his video, and there'd be like 20 cans of it on a shelf somewhere. It's pretty funny.
Salient said, I'm a small channel. Other than the high quality food, Northfin has a great mentality. They actually talk to people. Extreme won't even reply to you, and Northfin has donated general. That's really nice. That's a good thing. I feel like sometimes that can go either way. Like maybe they're, like he said before, if you're having things come out constantly and promoting them, you need people to promote them. But if you just have high quality food that you want people to be aware of, that's a great way to do it.
I think Extreme does respond. I mean, it just takes. So it took him like 2 months to respond to me.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So if you're just a normal civilian, it might be like 6 months. I don't know.
Since he is not a normal civilian, and he's so humble too. If you're a normal civilian, just a plebeian like the rest of them, it's gonna take a while. Come on, people now. Driving hybrid people now. I'm watching that tonight. I've been wanting to watch South Park.
Adam says, I didn't have much luck with CBDs until I cut out the tap water, or I cut tap water with rainwater.
Oh, maybe they
put in an automatic egg collector. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
No, I was like, that's news
new to me.
I didn't know how does that work? Is it like a box or something? Like what it? I'm curious. I need to know what that is.
What do you guys think about Dr. Bassler's claims about his food curing sickness and parasites?
Oh.
I'm really interested because that'd be great. I have not heard of
didn't
this.
know
I'm
about
very
that.
new to Dr. Bassler.
I'm wondering if he's made claims like this is maybe it's such a high quality food that it helps to like stave those things off, or if he's
That's a pretty bold claim.
That's a very bold,
especially from someone that doesn't put the ingredients on their
someone
stuff.
who doesn't even want you to know what's in there. Yeah,
that is my biggest gripe with them. There's no ingredient list. Do we still have that one out here?
It's over there though behind all that stuff. I will say that some people have said it comes with like a card if you buy like a little food like an ingredient card, but we did not receive that. So with any 3 that we received to try.
And it's weird that it's not on.
It should be on the flipping thing. Like even like peel it open. You know what I mean? There's not even an option to like open it and see. So it's kind of a bummer.
Audra.
Thanks, Audra.
You're so nice.
You're the nicest.
Who got it?
Yeah, I know. Who's winning?
Lush and Salty. I don't know. Can you guys hear the dog dreaming?
Oh, get him, Chance.
Don't wake him up.
He's not waking up right now. It's fine. He's getting them. He's mad this time. Sometimes it's really sweet sounding and like he's having fun, and then he sounds pissed right now. Does anyone know whether Congo tetras will lay eggs on moss if given, or are they the type to just let it scatter everywhere? Pretty sure they just scatter, but I'm sure Congo tetras. But if you had moss, I would think that it would collect. It'd fall onto the moss because they do just scatter. But
he like straight up says, "Don't do meds, just use the foods."
Oh.
I don't know like where. I don't even know. I know that can be cause for some pretty serious lawsuits to make claims like that.
That's a big claim. I'm gonna have to do some. We're gonna have to look into that. I want to know more about that claim. Also, doctor of love. That's dream barking. Yeah, that is dream bark. He's completely passed out right now. He's dreaming about something, and he's done. So.
Send this is the public stream.
Yes, it is.
Hey, where's Fish Fam Link at? I haven't seen Fish Fam Link. Maybe because we started at a different time. He's probably confused.
I think I'm surprised as many people did cut. Like we changed everything this week.
And we didn't even have a topic or a title or.
We're just freeballing it right now.
Yep.
Jesus. What's your experience with Panda Garas? They look super interesting. I would put them in it.
Love them.
We both have experience with them, and they're the best. And you should.
I've never heard anyone say I hate Panda Garas.
Never. Not only do they look darling, but their behavior is just amazing. They are very funny. They're clowns. They're absolute clowns, and they're very entertaining. And you could totally put them in a 40-gallon. You could probably do like, I don't know what else you have in the 40-gallon, but if it was just for them, I mean, and maybe some schooling fish or something or whatever, you could probably do like, I don't know, what would you say, like 6 to 8 in a 40-gallon? What would you put in a 40-gallon?
Well, I had about 60 of them in my 40-gallon.
Were they babies?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's a gross exaggeration.
Yeah, please don't put 60 of them in a 40-gallon.
I think I had about 12 adults in my 40 breeder.
Perfect. There we go. 6 to 10, whatever.
And it's been a long. I'd have to go back and look at the videos. I think maybe there was Plecos as well, but there was no. But that was it. There was nothing else.
How cool, just a tank of Panda Gara. I love that. Because mine I had in with some cichlids. That's the other cool thing. The range of fish that you can potentially keep with them is very large. Like, you can keep a lot of different things with Panda Gara. Everyone should have Panda Gara at some point. I highly, highly recommend. I think our household is a big supporter of the Panda Gara. So
now, I'm going to show you the Gara.
Oh,
the Gara Panitavongii, or something like that. We got to see these in person.
Dude, they are sweet.
Dude.
They are so cool.
Where am I at here? Oh, here we go.
They're really, really pretty.
The red tail Gara.
They almost look like little baby whales or something with those buffalo head faces. They've got weird faces. I love it.
They are so beautiful. The red is much redder in person.
It is red.
Like, if there was ever an argument that you need to Photoshop a picture, this would be it, because these colors are really muted.
I was going to say, this is a gross understatement.
This is like somebody Photoshopped it to remove the color.
They're being very humble with this picture because they look way this is one of those times when you would be very happy when you received the fish compared to the picture. So
it's pretty rare. I've only seen these available once in the last year, but I'm telling you, if you see these available again, you better jump on them.
They're super sweet. Hey, Caitlin. Welcome. Looking forward to seeing. Oh, he's talking about top. The Sparagaras. Yeah, they are. They totally do that. They go right into each other. Like, they will spin in circles with each other. They'll kind of dance together. They'll swim together. They'll run into each other. They'll run into other things and other fish. I don't think they're aggressive at all. I just think they, like I said before, I think they just get so zesty and excited about life that they kind of bop into things on accident. And then that can, I think with a lot of fish like that, can be mistaken as aggression. I mean, I'm sure they have their moments. Like, mine would have little skirmishes, but never was it like serious or did it cause any damage to anybody.
Red-tailed Gara have the craziest faces. There's a lot of Garas out there.
Their faces are sweet. They've got a really long nose, and I love that. And there's the old Panda Gara.
This is another like reason why I like the wet spot, because you just search Gara and look at all these different Garas that come up.
Gara, Rhino Gara, Sparkling Gara.
Like, if you wanted to learn what kind of species of Gara, you're gonna get more species here than like if you Google it.
Yeah, good luck Googling it. It'll bring up the two most like talked about ones, and that's it.
The Dr. Fish.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Gara,
which are cool. Rhino Gara. Like, I don't even know
what the hell is a Rhino.
Sparkling Gara.
I want to know. I love that.
Lots of cool Garas. Green neon Gara. Look at this one, Congo green.
Ooh, I like that. I love that. It looks like a loach.
It does look like a loach, actually. A hill stream loach. A riverine loach, if you will.
If you will.
All right, we're going to start winding down here, folks. It's been an hour and a half, I believe. Don't forget, everyone who was gifted a sub and also members gifted a membership. We will be streaming for members at 6 right after this stream. So if you want to continue the fun, hit that membership button. That's about the biggest sales pitch that I'm capable of doing. Yeah. So,
boo, 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 boo. There you go.
I want to thank everyone for coming out. We had a lot of fun. Hopefully you learned something, got your questions answered. We appreciate it. If you had fun, hit the like button on your way out. And use all the links in the description. Save yourself some money on fish and help out this channel at the same time at no additional cost.
Guys, so
you might as well save some money.
Might as well.
Even if that means creating a new account to get the discount
Even
again.
if you have to have a new email as a result.
Oh, shoot. Lost the password to this email. Got to make a new one.
God, the worst. But still.
Anyways,
10%.
that's going to do it for us. Again, I hope you all had fun, and we will see you all next Tuesday. No, just kidding. We will see you all next Monday. Monday. See you next Tuesday. Acronym.
I know, I like
Any of that ringing a bell?
Yeah, I had a shirt that said that. So
oh,
yes.
okay. Okay.
Great. I used to wear it to work.
Okay.
Shh.
Thanks. Thanks.
When they taste it, it's the best.
Oh, we got one.
Gotcha.
We got one hooked. Jody.
Gotcha. Last second, too. I like that.
Last second. Trying to sneak it in there,
Just
I see.
in the nick of time. 11th hour.
Okay, I'm really stopping it for now. I'm serious this time.
Goodbye.